Hey guys, it's Lisa. Welcome to Banning, Panning and Beyond and the Select a Shade collab for August. So I have already gone ahead and prepared swatches for you. So I'm going to run through who chose what shade with you, and then I'm going to try and create a look with them. I'll also pop up the collage that I did. And now bear in mind, when someone picks a color, the collage I put together is just a guide. So obviously everyone's swatches and shades that they pick are not going to be exactly the same. So now we're going to start with this top one here. This was chosen by Jen, and she chose like a copper. She preferred like a metallic or a silver, but you know, she was okay with it being a matte. And then we have, oh, and I have to tell you which one I chose. So I have been trying to dip in more into my Colourpop Super Shock shadows because I'm finding a lot of them are actually starting to dry up, particularly the mattes. So for this one, it was a one that I almost made it into my Pan That Sign selection, but you know, it ended up being decided upon to not put it in. So I thought it was a great option for this one. So it's White Rabbit, and it's still in really good condition. So that's the shade there in the pot, and you can see it's swatched really, really well. So it hasn't dried up at all. Now the next shade was chosen by Desi, and that is the fuchsia shade. It's called Fuchsia Shock, and it's from the Pat McGrath. It's called the Mothership Mega Celestial Divinity palette. Now this is the first time that I've actually used it, and that is the fuchsia shade there. So I've just noticed I've got flakes of shadow that's probably come off the swatches on my arm. So I believe this next one, I'm just going to double check. I think that it was Teresa that chose a bright, yes, Teresa chose a bright yellow. Now she didn't specify whether it had to be matte or whatever. So most of the ladies don't. Of course, I have to be difficult. Yeah, so that was the bright yellow. And for that one, I was really happy to finally dip into, oh, this is actually not the shade I thought I'd originally picked, but that's Jelly Wish by Enchanted Luster Cosmetics. So that is my bright yellow. And then we have, so this one is like a sort of olivey gold metallic, and that was chosen by Andy, and that was from the it's called Fall Vibes, and it's from the Too Faced Pumpkin Spice palette. So that's it there. So just remember, we've got a bit of reflection coming off the ring light there. Now the next one was a hot pink. That was chosen by Andrea. So for that one, again, I chose a Colourpop Super Shock shadow, and this one is called Rosa, and it was from Becky G collab, and that's it there. So that's my hot pink. And then we have a dark brown that was chosen by Naomi. Probably, I don't know, look, it looked darker in the pan. It's kind of swatched more of a medium brown to me, but that's what I chose, so that's what I'm going to stick with. And then we have a peridot green, which it's not really reflecting, I'm really struggling with my words today, quite as green as what it looks in the pan, but that one is another Enchanted Luster. Funnily enough, it's called Aztec Gold. So yeah, but to me it has a very green sort of peridot color to it. And then me, of course, I chose a deep orange matte. So that is what we're working with now. I have to let you all know that this is going to be my last month doing this collab, and it wasn't a decision that was easily made, but you may have you may recall that in numerous videos that I've put up recently, I'm really struggling to find the time to film, and I've overcommitted myself to collabs. So this was probably the most time-consuming collab that I'm part of, and so I made the decision. I didn't want to mass pull out of lots of collabs, so I decided that this one would be the first one that I would have to say goodbye to, but I hope that anyone who has been watching or following the collab continues to do so. Even though I'm no longer going to be in it, I will definitely be still watching everyone's videos to support them in that way. So anyway, enough said about that. I'm going to go ahead and try to create a look out of this, and I was tempted to not actually film creating the look because I wanted to try and do something a little bit different. And then I decided against it. I thought, no, because it's my last month, I think I should go ahead and film it. So I'm going to just get into doing the look, and I'm going to speed through the footage, and then we'll come back and I'll show off the final look. But before I do that, I just want to mention I have my Swarovski crystal earrings in that I got in my giveaway from Alex from Life with Sugar, and I'm also wearing the bracelet that was part of the set, so it's really, really pretty, and yeah, I absolutely love them. They're the only Swarovski crystals that I actually own, so they're very, very special, not just for that reason, but more so because they're from Alex, because she's just such a wonderful friend, and I was like so stoked when I won her giveaway, and she said that she was going to customize it for me, because I'll actually link that video at the end of this one, because she sent me just some phenomenal gifts. So if you haven't seen that video yet, go and check that out. So yeah, I'm going to just get into the look. Okay, so you can see that that jellyfish shade is like just awesome, but I'm gonna have to try and probably blend in some of the other shades into it, because it's just, yeah, standing out way too much. So I'm going to jump off camera. I still have to do a blush, so I'm wondering whether or not I should use one of the shades out of this. Let me see, that's probably going to be very intense, but if I just tap into it slightly, let's see if I can get that to buff out on my cheeks, and let's hope that I don't completely and utterly destroy this look. So let's have a look. So I've got okay, that's just added a little bit of colour in. I don't have highlighter, and I haven't highlighted my brows yet, so my brow bone, I should say. So let me see, I'm going to actually, I'll do this on camera. So I'm going to dip in a little bit more into the Four Vibes, like Andy's shade, which I've got along the bottom of the lash line there, and it's probably the brush that I'm using is not picking it up real well. Oh, I've got such an itchy nose. And let's see whether or not it's going to, just because that has really like gone on very, very thick. So see if I can sort of get it to blend in a little bit more. And I may go in again with this pink from the Colourpop one. I'm just going to put that a little bit more along the lower lash line. And yeah, so let's see how it all comes together once I have done the mascara, and I'll pop some highlighter on, do the brow, and all of that other stuff, and yeah, we'll see how it all comes together. So I will be back very shortly. Alrighty, so here is the finished look. So I'll try and get in a little a bit closer, and I'll maybe even insert a photo at some point, either at the end of the video or up on the screen somewhere. So I have to say, I think that this color story for this collab has been my favorite so far. So let me know what you think, whether or not you like the look I came up with, because I personally really like it. So I ended up using the pumpkin spice, the fall shade that Andy picked, that one. I ended up using that as my brow highlight, and I also used it as my face highlighter, but it's very subtle because it's very glittery, so it didn't go on very intense at all. But yeah, so, and then the lipstick, this is a product I am trying to use up. It's by Necromancy Cosmetics, and what's the shade name? It's called Immaculate. So that's the shade there, and I ended up, it's kind of starting to get a bit of a smell to it, but it's still performing fine, doesn't irritate my lips, and my lips are very sensitive, so they're very easily irritated. So I'm just trying to work on that one and get rid of that out of my collection rather than throw it out. And I end up using the Zoeva eyeliner, lip liner. I'm just trying to see, I don't think they have shade names. It says A78 on there, if my eyes are not telling me wrong. So yeah, I thought it would go quite nicely with this look. I could have probably used a hot pink lipstick, even an orange would have gone well. Probably a multitude of coloured lippies would go well with this look, I think. So yeah, so I think it's a really nice way for me to finish off with my last video for this collab. I just want to say thank you to the girls that have been, like, you know, that are in this collab with me, and they have been wonderful. I've really enjoyed getting to know them. I'm quite close with some of them, and yeah, it's a bittersweet day for me, because yes, I do want to free my time up to film different content more, but it's going to be sad to say goodbye to the girls. So like I said, I'm going to continue to support them by watching the videos. Make sure you click on the select the shade hashtag in the video title. It will take you to all their videos. And thank you to Jen, who is the organizer for this. I hope that you ladies will continue on, and yeah, I wish you all well, and this won't be the last you'll see of me. Yeah, so I think with that, it's time for me to go. So I'll see you all again soon. Bye.